Ben Simmons has Ben Simmons has had quite the offseason, man. We understand the debacle that he had. I'm not gonna say debacle. We understand the fourth quarters he had in the playoffs against the Hawks, and that was a big reason why they lost. Now, a lot of people are only putting it on Ben Simmons, which is not the case. I mean, they were up double digits in most of those games and lost. But Ben Simmons was a big factor. When you're the starting point guard, or when you're the main point guard, when you're the main person that has the ball in the hands, you make most of the decisions, and they lost. And of course, you heard the team was trying to look for trades. They were looking to trade him before the draft. They were looking to trade him during the draft. And now reports have come out saying that he doesn't want to be with the team anymore. And he does not plan on reporting to camp. I've already said Ben Simmons. Let me say, Ben Simmons is an incredible player. A lot of times we look at the negative and we just forget completely about the positive. You know, it's funny. Maybe a year ago or so, we were arguing if Ben Simmons is one of the corner, like the next best tier. Once the KDs and Currys and LeBrons leave, is Ben Simmons going to be one of those players to take the mantle as like best player? And now people just can't stand Ben Simmons. Like, they hate the man. And I'll say this. One of the biggest reasons, or one of the biggest detriments, in my opinion, to Ben Simmons, of course, we know is the lack of shooting. He doesn't even have the willingness to shoot. But I think it's bigger than that. I think the worst part about Ben Simmons' game is you can't have the mindset, the offensive mindset that he has when you're talking about shooting, and be the main, especially in today's NBA, and be the main ball handler. When you look at almost every good team in the league, right? Every good team in the league, look at their starting point guard. They and most of them, when you let's look. You have the Golden State Warriors. You have Steph Curry. What does he have? Offensive minded. Portland Trailblazers, Damian Lillard, offensive minded. Brooklyn Nets, offensive minded. Dallas is pretty much Luka Doncic, offensive minded. The Phoenix Suns, Chris Paul, offensive minded. Like, when you look at some of the best players, they're off that have the ball majority in their hands. They're offensive players. Kyrie, like, but then you look at Ben Simmons. I think while Ben Simmons is an incredible player, just imagine what he would be without the ball. That's why I said that I think Portland would be a great spot for him. That's why I said I thought Golden State would be a great spot for him. I just don't think that he's in the position right now to just tell him, I ain't coming back. Because you're really only as good as your last game, man. And and that kind of doesn't, like, you can have bad games in NBA, but when you're on the biggest stage as far as the playoffs and you do what Ben Simmons did, it didn't look good. So I think that probably because most teams know that Ben Simmons wants to leave, you're not going to get everything there. Like, they were asking, if you just look at the Golden State, I think they were asking for like Ben Simmons, not Ben Simmons. They were asking for Andrew Wiggins, Moody, Kuminga, and like 3 other first round picks, like, for Ben Simmons. What? So I don't think that. I think that because the asking price is so high, more than likely he's going to start the season with Philly. But of course, let's see what happens before All-Star break and before the trade deadline. I think if he plays his value up, or Philly lowers the price, I think he'll probably be gone by then. But I think that, and I've said this before, I thought that Ben Simmons playing alongside Joel Embiid, I thought that they had a ceiling with each other, and they can only go so far with each other. And I think that we saw just how far they could go And that is the playoff. And I think that both players individually are incredible players, but I just don't think that they'll be incredible, or I don't think that they could play together because they occupy the same spot on the floor because Ben Simmons can't shoot. So we'll just see how that goes. So